That's nice. So, welcome back to Strength and Sass, and welcome back to Cutting with Kristy, or Cutting Diaries, or whatever I called it. But yeah, so we're into week 4, so I'm going to update you on how week 3 went. So I think we left off where I'd been to the hen do, had the best time, and my scales were up, obviously due to a lot of water and a lot of bloating and from a weekend of just enjoying myself. So the scales were up at 74 kilos. Then later down in the week, they dropped off. They were coming down. We got to around 73 kilos. And then over the last couple of days, the scales have pretty much stayed around that 73 kilo mark, which is so fucking annoying. And I know, like, for all of you, or most of you girls watching this, like, the scales are probably quite a big thing when it comes to weight loss, and they're probably telling you how to feel. Like, whilst the scales are bloody annoying and they fluctuate for so many different reasons, they can be like this, but, like, we don't want to rely on them as an only measure of progress, and we don't want to get fixated on them or obsessed with them, because I have done that before too, and it just made everything worse, and it got me stuck on this cycle of just always wanting to lose weight and always letting that number like tell me how to feel for that day. And like sometimes it is still hard in a cut phase when you don't see the scales go down, because it is probably one of the main measures of progress. But that's why we also, in my girl gang, and also myself with my coach, take measurements for things like your waist, thighs, like hips, bum. Like, we take measurements of all those things. So even if the scales are being bastards, we can still see the changes in the measurements. We also take progress photos, which I'll show you mine in a second. Those show the difference so much more than a scale. And they actually help you to see where you're seeing the progress as well, because that scale weight does not tell you where you are dropping fat. And you will still be looking in the mirror thinking, I look the same, if you're just doing body weight. Whereas if you're doing progress photos, or if you have a coach, they can point out sort of like where you are seeing the progress and where the fat is you're losing it from ultimately. And then in the mirror, you're gonna be like focusing on those things, like, wow, like I can actually see the difference in my arms, or I can actually see my belly getting tighter, like my waist snatching in. And anyway, I just gone on a bit of a tangent, but like, whilst it's annoying for me that the scales have not gone down over the last couple of days, I know that there will be a drop coming, because I've had a really good week. I say that, I'll go on to that in a second. I was going to say I've done everything perfectly, but that is an absolute lie, because I'm not being perfect. The start to this week has been perfect, but anyway, we'll go on to that in a second. But yeah, like, I expect that they will come down like over the next couple of days, and I'm going to get into the 72s. 100%, I'm doing it. You heard it here first. And to be fair, like, from the Monday to the end of the week, going from 74 to 73 kilos is pretty good going. I'm just being impatient, aren't I? And as we know, progress takes time. So yeah, I'm only 3 weeks in, and I'm pretty much like 2 kilos down in 3 weeks, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm also, with regards to measurements, the only one that I've remembered is my waist measurement. So I'm 1.5 centimetres down on my snatch little waist, which I've always actually been like a snatchy waist girly. Like, I've always had sort of like snatched waist, bigger hips. But yeah, that is showing that I'm losing centimetres. We're losing fat, girl. And sometimes what the scales don't show is like what you're actually losing, like whether you're losing muscle as well as body fat. And we don't want to do that, because we want to look toned, don't we? Anyway, also I'm literally wearing my loungewear pants because, I don't know why I showed you my bum, but because I put my loungewear set on, like after doing all my skincare and shit, put my loungewear set on and was like, you've got a reel to film. So yeah, anyway, that's why you've got me like this. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy as long as this week goes to fucking plan and I get into the 72s, which my coach has dropped my calories again. So it's definitely going to happen, because we're getting further into that calorie deficit. I need to make sure I do my cardio, and we'll be absolutely fab by the end of the week, because we have 2 weeks left until the wedding, 2 weeks left of this mini cut, unless I decide to extend it. I am feeling leaner, which I guess is the main thing. And I always tell my clients, like, don't focus on the scales, focus on the things you need to do, and focus on the things you are seeing and the changes you feel, and like how clothes fit, how you feel in your skin, how strong you are in the gym, because focusing on all those things will help you stick to it way more than watching that sad step that you step on every morning. But yeah, so I am happy overall. And now I'm going to chat to you about my week last week and why the scales might not have dropped more than I wanted them to. So last week, after the hen, honestly, a night out or a weekend where I lose sleep fucks me over for the following week. Like, I don't know how people go out every single weekend and then show up to the gym all week, every week. I just could not do it. I was absolutely exhausted. And I guess like the weekend of the hen, the only late night was the Saturday, where I went to bed at like 1:30, got up at around 8 a.m. So I still had like a few hours sleep, but obviously the alcohol would have made it not good quality. But honestly, it had such a knock-on effect until like literally Thursday. So 4 days of my week, I was exhausted. I found it really hard to get back to work and be productive. I found it really hard to get my ass to the gym to the point where I actually didn't. And my nutrition was in a good place. Like I still meal prepped on the Sunday and I meal prepped the Monday. I still meal prepped and I still hit my calories every single day. Steps were pretty in a good place as well. It was just the workouts. I could not get myself there. I was absolutely exhausted. And to be fair, the reason that I managed to get my food into a good place and get meal prepped is because Liam went to the shop on the Sunday. I told him what I needed, and then obviously I just prepped it on the Monday because I know if I don't prep my food, I wouldn't have a clue what to eat, you know? Like, I don't think there has been a week where I've not meal prepped in the past like million years. I actually don't remember there being one. But yeah, it just saves my life so much, like forward planning and making sure I've got that food there, because like if you're a busy girly, like with a business or like an office job or whatever job you've got where you're not at home, or like you need that food ready so you can just eat it, because otherwise it's just going to make your week so much more hectic. And yeah, the gym sessions, I didn't go when I was supposed to on the Monday, which already did not set my week off great, because I always find that front loading a session gets me in, like makes my week so much easier. Then I tried again on the Wednesday before clients, or the Tuesday, I can't remember what day it was, but before clients, I was going to the gym anyway. So I literally got myself there an hour and a half earlier for my clients, and I couldn't get out of the car. I just sat in the car, had this mental block, like my mind was being like, you can't train. I was literally sat outside the gym. So that was not convenient. And I just sat and scrolled holidays, which we still have not booked yet. So any recommendations for like Greece or like good resorts that are like lively but not too lively, then let me know, because I want to go on holiday in probably September. Gives us a bit longer to save. Anyway, well, we're not talking about holidays, Kristy. What are you on about? What was we talking about? Yeah, so I just couldn't get into the gym. So that was that. And then obviously then I had clients. And then I literally couldn't get a gym session in until the Friday. Bearing in mind Thursday's my busiest day, so I couldn't fit that in anyway. But Friday was the first gym session, and then I went Saturday. So I got 2 gym sessions out of the 4, and then on the Sunday I went for a run, just to get a third movement in. Not because I felt like I had to, just because I felt like I wanted to and move my body that little bit more. So yeah, not all bad, but I didn't get the 4 sessions in that I was supposed to. And I could blame it on the tiredness. I could blame it on the motivation. I could make excuses. The truth is, I was just so knobhead. Like, yes, I was tired, but the sooner that I'd have got myself to the gym, the easier it would have been. Like, if I'd have got myself to the gym on that Monday, if I'd have said yes to myself as soon as I got, like, could, then the whole week would have been a different story. That first session, after being really tired and, like, feeling like, ugh, that first session is the one that makes the difference. Like, the quicker you can get to that and say yes to yourself, the easier your whole week will be, and the easier it will be to get back to habits, because the more you say no to yourself, the more those habits are going to piss off, and they're going to be much harder to get back into routine. So I am still glad that I got it in, like I didn't leave it another week. I'm glad I got back to it, because that has set my motivation, my discipline up for the next week. And as I'm filming this, I've already got 2 sessions in, so it's literally Wednesday, isn't it? Like, I've got 2 sessions in this week, so I'm to a really good head start. My steps have been on point, nutrition's been on point this week so far, so I am pretty happy, and I do need to get all my sessions in by Friday as well, because I've got a busy weekend and Liam's not training because he's got a deload week, so I thought, like, Saturday, I don't need to train, so I need to get them in through the week. But yeah, I think that's it with regards to, like, last week. So now, I had my check-in with my coach yesterday. Oh, I've not watched it. I should have watched it. I might watch it now and then reconvene this. Yeah.
So much for sending all of your checking across. I really do hope that you're going into this week feeling a lot more refreshed now after another weekend. I am with you, like, on the less sleep. When I go away for a weekend or I go out, like, I feel ruined going into the new week. So yeah, I can completely appreciate that, you know, that you manage to do, like, what you can as often as you can. It's not as if you go away, like, every weekend, or you go out every weekend and then it ruins, like, every single week. Like, obviously, if that was happening, I'd say, well, do you want to progress or do you want to go out? Like,
yeah, and on that, I guess, like, obviously with Kaylee saying, like, if you're going out every single weekend and getting absolutely arseholed, or like going out for food like 10 times a week, we would have to ask, like, do you want to see progress? Because if you're doing that each and every week and it's setting you back, you're just not going to see the progress that you want to see. So you're best committing for a period of time, seeing the progress that you want to see, and then we can add in a bit more flexibility. And I know my coach works in the same way that I do, and that's how I would suggest for my girls. Like, don't get me wrong, every so often you can go enjoy yourself, but we might need to make some sacrifices to see some progress before then we have a bit more flexibility. Like, it's going through the hard part to then for it to get good again, essentially.
And everything started to come down after you'd pretty much like got back into your regular routine, got your activity levels up a little bit, and probably hydrated and caught up with sleep a little bit more as well.
So what my coach has actually done is she's dropped my calories a slight little bit, only because we are 2 weeks before the wedding, and obviously this was a mini cut. We want to see as much progress in this 4 or 5 weeks as we possibly can. So we're really diving in, like, calories are lower. We're diving in for these last 2 weeks, committing. Might have to make a lot of sacrifices. Like, I might have to sacrifice my hot cross buns, or I might have to sacrifice, you know, my bag of mini eggs, or like I'm keeping a bit of dark chocolate, to be fair. But like, I might have to sacrifice like my mini eggs, or like if I'm having like more than one piece of chocolate a day, like I'm gonna have to sacrifice these things. But like, it's only for 2 more weeks, and the progress you can see in a short amount of time if you commit is insane. And then obviously you can have a little bit more flexibility, because I am all about like, life is for living, like enjoy it. But to see the progress we want to see, sometimes we do have to make a few sacrifices and make sure we're planned ahead to the T, and that's all we can do. And like my coach said, like, I've shown up where I could this week. I've done everything that I could, and I got myself out of the slump, and that is the most important thing. And this week I can already feel it being like a really strong week. Like, 2 sessions in the bag, I've done my upper and lower, steps have been on point, the sun is shining, which makes everything better, and I'm gonna go get my dress taken up today, which, yeah, I know, last minute. And you're probably all thinking that I'm really last minute, and like, I'm a last minute girly, and I'm actually never a last minute girly. Like, I've been, for the past 6 months, or longer, I've been begging Liam to get a new shirt, because he's lost loads of weight and his shirt is disgustingly baggy, like ridiculous. And he's like, yeah, I'll sort it. And it's literally took me bribing him to order a shirt when the wedding is 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks away. So yeah, he's got a shirt now, thank God. But yeah, last minute, I just decided that the dress was too long. And well, I thought it was okay, but obviously you can't really see the bottom of the dress on yourself, can you? And I'm a short ass, and my heels are quite small, and I just was not about getting any higher heels to make the dress like lift a little. So yeah, I'm going to see a seamstress. Luckily, she's in Eden, so it's just around the corner, and luckily she could get me in last minute to sort it this week. So yeah, fingers crossed I do not trip down the aisle, but hopefully now I'm getting my dress adjusted and brought up, hopefully that will help me not trip over it, because yeah, I've got to walk down the aisle. So yeah, sorry Claire if I trip over my dress and fall on my face, because that would be embarrassing. But yeah, I am a little bit nervous, you know, for the wedding, which is a bit weird. No, I'm not nervous. I'm very excited. Like, I actually feel like I've not had an event that I've been this excited for. And I don't know if it's because it's like my best friend's wedding, or because I'm like such a big part in it, and, you know, I've got to actually walk down the aisle, and, you know, I don't know if maybe that's my thing. Like, cute outfits and like strutting my stuff. Like, is that my thing? Because obviously I love a photo shoot. But yeah, like, I'm so excited, and I just think it'll be amazing. And it'll be such a stunning day for her as well, which, yeah, she deserves it. I'm very excited. But I am also, I don't feel nervous yet, but I feel like at some point I'm going to be nervous, like getting ready to walk down that aisle. Yeah. So maybe I'll update you after the wedding, whether I was nervous or not. I think that was everything I was going to say in this update, because I feel like I'm talking shit now. Let me just see. Oh yeah. Last thing is, I'll just let you know about the rest of my week. So I've got my 2 next sessions planned in. So today and then Friday, or Thursday if I'm feeling cheeky. But I've got that wiggle room to do it either Thursday or Friday, because Thursdays do tend to be quite busy. But it would be good if I could get it done on Thursday rather than Friday, because I've got a lot to do on Friday. Then I'm meeting my client for coffee on Saturday, so we're going to go up to Never Enough Time. But the weather is stunning, so maybe we might get out for a walk around the town. And she's going to give me my birthday gifts, even though my birthday was like a month ago. But every time we booked in a coffee date, like something came up. So yeah, meeting my client for coffee. And then Sunday, Liam's got another strongman competition at a little gym in Morley, I think. It's not like a big one like the one last time, but yeah, that will be fun. So I've got a full weekend off. And then the weekend after, it's the wedding, which I've also got a full weekend off for. look at me, taking all this time off. But something that has come up over the last week, sorry, I've talked for England as well. Like something that's come up over the last week is a lot of my clients even like friends have been struggling like mentally, and I'm sure now the sun is coming out, it's going to cheer everybody up. But like struggling with work being stressful or being busy, or like home life being stressful or busy, or like other people's stress, like family who are unwell or like got things going on. And I've just had to say to everybody, like, you have to fill your cup first before you can fill everybody else's. Because if you're not filling your cup and practicing self-care and focusing on getting you feeling your best self, then you're not going to be able to put that energy into everybody else. So it all starts with you. And I am actually so bad at practicing what I preach on this, but this year is the year that I am prioritizing me a little bit more. Like last year it was fully business and I had no time for me. This time we're focusing this year a little bit more on me and Liam, because I actually feel like we've done so well to like get through the last few years of like literally not seeing each other. Oh my God, why am I going down such deep chats? Anyway, but yeah, so this year I'm starting to take a few more weekends off, because you've got to live, you've got to take time for you, and you've got to fill your cup first. That's it, girl. I think that's it. I've talked for enough time. So yeah, we're at 73 kilos, and we're going to see where we're at by next week, where there's no plans that should throw anything off. I'm happy with the 1 kilo drop this week. Hopefully we can get at least a 0.5 kilo drop by the next update. But yeah, I shall see you in the next update, girl, or Liam's strongman friends. You might be watching this, who knows. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely, stunning week, and this sun is blinding me. So go enjoy the sun, get out in the fresh air, and have a lovely week. But yeah, I'll see you in the next update. See ya.